We're going to go ahead and start with Neurotech is going to present on their exciting new FDA-approved drug. And after you finish your presentation, maybe stay up here and we're going to discuss 3 or 2 at a time. So after people present, please stay up here, and then we'll have a 5-minute discussion after each of the little groups go. So with no further ado, Beth Marsh, please come up and speak for Neurotech.
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Beth Marsh with Neurotech. And I am so excited to share that after a short 19 years in development, Incelto was approved last spring for a rare retinal disease called idiopathic macular telangiectasia type 2, or MACTEL. This is a rare retinal disease. What is MACTEL? Well, MACTEL, can't read the slides from here, guys. Hold on, see if I can do this. So I'll go this way. So MACTEL is a rare disease that causes photoreceptor loss that leads to functional vision loss. Most MACTEL patients do exhibit an ellipsoid zone loss, known as EZ loss, and the subsequent impact on the vision. This is due to the dysfunction in the Mueller glial cells and apoptosis that leads to this vision impairment. MACTEL patients may be misdiagnosed, which is very common in the rare disease path, and will delay their diagnosis. Often diagnosed in their 40s and 50s, these patients have significant impact on their daily lives and their work productivity. Here's an example of how MACTEL patients tell us they see the world. So with Incelto, as we are an improved product, I'm going to go through our important safety information and get to the basis of Incelto, which starts as a cell and gene therapy for encapsulated cell therapy, the ECT, which allows for a long-term, one-and-done ability to release proteins to the retina. And in fact, Incelto is a single dose that expresses recombinant CNTF, ciliary neurotrophic factor, through an intravitreal surgical procedure. A titanium fixation loop allows the Incelto to be attached to the retina and is not free-floating in the vitreous. Incelto is quite small at 6.5 millimeters by 1.3 in diameter, and yet in this very small tip of a pencil, you'll find between 200,000 and 440,000 retinal pigment RPE cells, which are eluting CNTF on a continual basis. So much so that we have durability data that shows an ECT that was explanted after 14 years still had CNT being eluted. 2 trials were done for Incelto that demonstrated its efficacy. In these trials, it confirmed that Incelto slowed the loss of photoreceptors as indicated by a significant reduction in the rate of EZ loss, both at 54.8% in study A and 30.6% in study B over the 24 months compared to sham. The AEs, Incelto was in fact, Incelto was generally well tolerated with mild to moderate AEs, and the majority of these treatment-related were surgically related. There were no patients that had Incelto explanted during the 2-year trial. When we look at the pooled data between phase 2 and phase 3, at those primary endpoints and the functional secondary endpoints to include reading speed, aggregate retinal sensitivity measured by microperimetry and BCVA for safety, we find that Incelto, in fact, did, relative to sham, preserve the anatomy, 36.2% reduction in photoloss receptors, as well as functional preservation with a 68.2 reduction in reading loss speed, as well as a 36.6 reduction in retinal sensitivity loss. So how's the launch going? Well, There are about 165,000 MACTEL patients here in the U.S., and in fact, about 8,000 being treated by retina specialists, and our team is looking to the doctors and those retina specialists who are treating between 2,000 and 3,000 of these patients. I'm proud to say that we had, our team, in fact, was successful in getting the patients, getting our team pulled together to have over 50 plans for access, as well as to, excuse me, I'm sorry, let me just start real quickly. These patients, in fact, were treated, we have patients treated so far, and over 300 patients in Incelto Connect in our hub ready for treatment. And so, with a high unmet need and no competition and broad access, these are favorable market dynamics, strong clinical data and 14 years of durability, and deep clinical experience on our commercial team with lengthy experience in the eye care, rare disease, and market access. Thank you.